Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're diving into part 1 of What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Sun Wukong. Huge shout out to 𝐫𝐸1818 for the awesome story. Let's dive in.
Pre-awakening of the Monkey King. Neji stood over the body of his opponent Naruto Uzumaki. After Neji had finished him with his most powerful attack, the annoying blonde failure laid at his feet, unmoving, but still conscious. "You are nothing more than a failure that was destined to fight me and lose here today. Just like Lady Hinata. Proctor called this match, he won't be getting up," stated Neji before deactivating his 𝐫𝐞𝐽, as he turned away from Naruto and started to walk away. However, before he got more than 7 steps away, he heard someone laughing behind him and turned around to have his eyes pop out of his head. For Naruto was sitting on the ground. As Naruto stood up, he stared at Neji with confidence. "Whatever you're planning on doing won't work. You are a failure that is destined to lose this match. Ever since you were a child, you have been one of the worst shinobi this village has ever seen. And today, I will show you how you cannot fight fate. I, however, was born in an environment of servitude to the main branch of my family, and had to fight to get where I am. You know nothing of suffering or pain, yet you try to tell me how I should live my life," shouted Neji in anger. Naruto responded to Neji's outburst with a smirk. This irritated Neji. In the crowd, what is that idiot thinking? How does he intend to win the fight with his chakra sealed? Naruto, please give up. If the fight continues, he might try to kill you," Sakura thought. Other side of the crowd, Naruto and Hinata thought worried. Suddenly, Hinata started coughing hysterically. 𝐫𝐸 got worried when he saw Hinata was coughing blood. She passed out soon afterwards. 𝐫𝐸 said worried, so she still hasn't recovered from her fight with Neji. 𝐫𝐸 thought. An Anbu walked up to them. "Let me have a look at her." "Anbu, who are you?" "𝐫𝐸, it's alright, you can trust me." "Anbu." 𝐫𝐸 laid Hinata down. After that, the Anbu used medical ninjutsu to heal Hinata. "She will be fine. She just needs rest." "Anbu." 𝐫𝐸 thanked the Anbu. Back to the other side of the crowd. It seems something has changed. "Look at his eyes, Shikamaru." The Jonin and Jonin looked at his eyes. Most thought it was nothing, but Anko thought differently. "I got a feeling things are about to get interesting," Anko thought. Suddenly, the atmosphere changed. What is going on was the thought of many. As the people looked at Naruto, they could see he was surrounded by lightning. What is going on? How is he doing this? I am certain I sealed off all his chakra points. Neji thought before confirming it with his 𝐫𝐞𝐽. After Neji confirmed it, Naruto rushed at him. Neji was quick enough to dodge Naruto's kick, but got hit by the follow-up. The kick caused a crater beneath them. Neji screamed out in pain as he felt his arm fracture. The people in the audience were shocked as they saw this. As Neji clutched his arm, he glared at Naruto. "Come on, Naruto, finish it," 𝐸 thought. Out of instinct, Naruto summoned Rui Jingu-Yui. As Neji saw the invincible staff, he panicked. Naruto span around, swinging Yui. As he did, he created a storm that sent Neji flying into the air. As Neji was in the sky, he got crushed by a giant hand. Damn, just what was that? 𝐫𝐸 thought. Most of the crowd was shocked by the turn of events. Never in 1,000 years did they think Naruto would beat Neji. After a few seconds of silence, the crowd started cheering loudly. Nissan Hanabi thought. Hayashi looked at Neji with a proud expression. "Hisashi, I wish you could have seen this," Hayashi thought. The loud cheering woke Naruto up from his daze. He was surprised to see Neji laying on the ground unconscious. "I beat Neji," Naruto said, shocked. So he doesn't recall what just happened. 𝐫𝐸 thought. Winner Naruto Uzumaki. 𝐫𝐸. As 𝐫𝐸 announced this, the cheers got louder. As Naruto saw this, he smiled. "Good job, Naruto," 𝐸 thought. Naruto versus Gaara. In the Kage booth, 𝐫𝐻 stared at the blonde with a shocked expression. How interesting to think he was able to pull that off with his chakra restricted. "Do you know what that was, Hokage Dano?" the Kazekage asked. "It couldn't be the Nine Tails power. We would have felt its sinister chakra," Kazekage thought. The Hokage changed his expression and looked at the Kazekage. "Other than chakra, there's another source of power one can use. Nature energy." 𝐸𝐻. In the boy's current state, he wouldn't be able to use nature energy. In order to use nature energy, one must first combine it with their own chakra. Kazekage. The two Kage were intrigued by the boy's newfound power. In the arena, the medics took Neji away on a stretcher, and Naruto made his way to the crowd. When Naruto got there, he was bombarded by questions. He answered them saying that he didn't recall how he beat Neji. They also asked about the change in eyes, that he also didn't know if Naruto can tap into that power again. He will probably win this competition easily. Shikamaru thought. Sasuke's fight was postponed thanks to the Kazekage. Next match, Shino vs Kankuro. Kankuro forfeited his match. Next fight, Shikamaru vs Temari. Shikamaru thinks about forfeiting, but is forced by Naruto, who threw him down into the stadium, and the crowd starts booing at Shikamaru. Shikamaru starts to think about quieting and complains about fighting a female again. Temari then gets frustrated and gets tired of waiting and attacks Shikamaru. The attack causes dust to fill the area, and it's revealed that Shikamaru has used 2 kunais to stand on the walls and avoid the attack. Shikamaru then tells Temari that he will participate since it wouldn't be good if he lost to a female. Temari then attacks with her wind side jutsu, and Shikamaru avoids the attack and retreats to trees. Ino yells to him to end the fight quickly, but Choji predicts that Shikamaru will find some reason to forfeit. Temari gets increasingly annoyed because Shikamaru is hiding and not fighting in a conventional way. Shikamaru tries to catch Temari with his shadow, but she, while dodging it, realizes that it has a limited range. She also reasons that he is hiding in the trees to take advantage of the trees' shadows to extend his range. Knowing that he will only gain more shadows as the battle progresses, Temari tries to end the fight quickly. After meditating on the factors of fight, Shikamaru comes up with a plan and, after avoiding her attacks, tries to catch her again, but she stays out of its range once more. Out of his shadow's current range, Temari considers how to defeat Shikamaru. While thinking, she realizes that he has gained a new shadow source, a parachute made from his shirt that provides some much-needed surface area. She avoids the attack and formulates a plan. As she is about to implement it, she notices she has finally been captured. Now forced to mimic his movements, Shikamaru lets her see how she was caught. He had been navigating her to the tunnel that Naruto created during his match, where he was hiding his shadow. Having been manipulated for the entire battle, Temari prepares for defeat when Shikamaru forfeits, claiming to have exhausted himself from trying to catch her, fulfilling Choji's prediction. The crowd booed at him again. This didn't bother Shikamaru in the slightest. 𝐫𝐞 looked to the Hokage and asked should he move on to the next match. Iriza nodded. Next match, Naruto vs Gaara. Gaara looked at Naruto with an insane smile. Naruto responded with a smirk. When the two got down to arena, Naruto started stretching. Those who witnessed Gaara's cruelty was worried for Naruto. The Leaf villagers cheered on Naruto. 𝐫𝐞 looked at the two. He asked them if they were ready to begin. They nodded. As soon as the match started, Gaara directed a lot-killing intent at Naruto. Killing someone as strong as you will truly make me feel alive. Gaara. The lid on Gaara's sand gourd came off before Gaara could attack Naruto with his sand. On instinct, Naruto used 𝐵𝐵𝐸𝑝. 𝐵𝐵𝐸𝑝 is a technique that allows the user to move so fast it creates the illusion of teleportation. Renewal Taekwondo. Triple kick, Naruto said as he appeared in front of Gaara. Naruto's attack sent Gaara flying into a wall. He's able to breach Gaara's defense. Temari said shocked. Naruto was shocked as well. He didn't know how he did that. It just felt natural to him. He has surpassed Lee in speed. Just after one match, Guy thought impressed. As Naruto was in his thoughts, Gaara had a murderous glare. Naruto Uzumaki, Gaara said before sending his towards Naruto. Naruto stood still as the sand was approaching. As the rookies saw this, they screamed out to him. Before the sand could encase him, Naruto vanished. Naruto appeared in front of Gaara and quickly delivered a roundhouse kick, hitting Gaara square in the face. Gaara's sand turned into spikes which stabbed Naruto. As Naruto got stabbed, he vanished, revealing it was after image. Gaara's body fell down to the ground. Naruto's attacks had done him a lot of damage. As he was laying on the ground, all Gaara could think was, I will kill you, I will kill you. Gaara thought, it can't be. There's no way. Gaara is losing, Kankuro said. Shikaka healed Gaara a little bit. After a few seconds, Gaara stood up. Gaara turned the ground beneath him into sand. He incorporated it with the sand in his gourd to use a large-scale technique. I will crush you. Sand tsunami, Gaara. 𝐫𝐞 panicked as he saw the tsunami. 𝐫𝐞 calmed down as he saw the grin on Naruto's face. Naruto jumped into the air. Naruto Uzumaki original. Blue Dragon's kick. The dragon like wind tore through the sand tsunami and Gaara. Gaara got knocked into the wall for the third time. This time he was knocked out for the count. The crowd went nuts. As they saw this, is this really Naruto Uzumaki? Izumo, the kid's a beast. Kotetsu, his taijutsu is incredible. With just a kick, he was able to produce a dragon. Guy said impressed. Irika looked proudly at the blonde. Hiruzen was impressed by the blonde's performance. It's time. The Kazekage thought as he knew Shikaku would take over Gaara's body. I am free, baby. Shikaku screamed. The villagers panicked at the sight of the tailed beast. The Jonin got ready to fight. We have to evacuate the villagers. Hiruzen. Suddenly a smoke bomb got set off in the Kage's box. Kabuto uses a Jinjutsu to put almost everybody in the crowd to sleep. The Konoha ninja that were present are able to fend off the Jinjutsu. The Konoha crush commenced. Naruto looked at the tailed beast with excitement. Yahoo, I am finally free. Lucky me, I found a guy to kill. Shikaku said as he looked Naruto. We will see Naruto, the Monkey King versus Shikaku. Fighting in the crowds commenced. The Leaf Shinobi protected the villagers from the sand and sound assault. On top of the roof, Hiruzen and Orochimaru battled. In the arena, Naruto and Gunma struggled to beat Shikaku. Run, kid. I will handle this. Gunma, if you want to run, then go ahead. Naruto said before using a blue dragon kick. The kick did nothing to Shikaku. Shikaku retaliated with a devastating attack. The attack would have killed Gunma if Naruto didn't intervene. Naruto fell to the floor with a giant hole in his stomach. Kid, why didn't you run? Gunma. The boy replied with a smile on his face. I never run from a challenge. Naruto said before closing his eyes. Gunma looked at the boy with regret. Shikaku chuckled at this sight, which made Gunma glare at the beast. Gunma was about to attack Shikaku before Naruto stood up. What is going on? How is he alive? Gunma noticed Naruto was fully healed and that he had a crown on his head. So the brat is alive, it doesn't matter. I will just kill him again. Shikaku thought. Suddenly a large staff came falling from the sky. What is that? Gunma thought. Those who heard the crash looked towards the arena. Seeing this, some of the shinobi took advantage of this and attacked their opponents while they were distracted. Interesting, it looks like Naruto has awakened once more. Orochimaru, just how strong are you going to become? Hiruzen thought. Naruto touched the staff. This is mine, Naruto said as he remembered. Shrink Yui. Come on, make this interesting for me, brat. Shikaku. Be careful what you wish for, Naruto said with a smirk. Naruto's staff quickly expanded, sending Shikaku out of the arena into a forest. Naruto followed after the beast. Gunma prayed for Naruto's survival. The tension in the air was thick. Monkey King Naruto found himself facing off against the fearsome one-tailed beast, Shikaku. The gigantic tanuki stood before him, its massive head towering over the Monkey King. Shikaku glared down at Naruto, its glare filled with ancient malice. Naruto, never one to back down from a challenge, met Shikaku's gaze with determination. His yui in his hand, extending, was ready to strike. The air crackled with anticipation as the two powerful beings prepared for battle. Shikaku let out a deafening roar, unleashing a torrent of sand and wind towards Naruto. The Monkey King, with his lightning-fast reflexes, dodged the attack, leaping high into the air. He descended upon Shikaku, bringing his staff down with incredible force. The impact sent shockwaves through the forest, but Shikaku remained unfazed. The one-tailed beast retaliated with its own devastating attack, summoning a massive sandstorm that engulfed Naruto. The sand swirled around him, blinding and suffocating him. But Naruto, with his indomitable spirit, fought back. He summoned his Gunduin, the magical cloud, and used it to disperse the sandstorm. As the dust settled, Naruto stood tall, his clothes torn but his resolve unwavering. Shikaku, impressed by the Monkey King's resilience, roared in challenge. The two clashed again, their attacks colliding with earth-shattering force. The battle raged on, each combatant unleashing powerful techniques. Naruto's Yui danced through the air, striking Shikaku with blinding speed. Shikaku, in turn, manipulated the sand around it, creating massive sand constructs to attack Naruto. As the battle reached its climax, Naruto, drawing upon his vast reserves of power, unleashed powerful thunder strikes with Gunduin. The earth trembled as the lightning descended from the heavens, striking Shikaku with devastating force. Fall! 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 Naruto, the one-tailed beast, let out a piercing cry as it was struck by the lightning, its body burned and bruised. Shikaka's body crumbled into sand, leaving Gaara laying on the floor. Naruto, exhausted but victorious, stood over Gaara, his staff held high. The forest fell silent, the battle finally over. With Shikaka defeated, Naruto had proven himself to be superior. Gaara looked at Naruto with fear. As Naruto approached him, "Stay away from me," Gaara said, scared. "What happened next?" Shocked Gaara. "That was awesome. Let's fight again soon." Naruto smiled. "What's wrong with you? I tried to kill, and yet you are acting like nothing happened." "Gaara, I don't sweat that. What do you say? Let's put that all behind us and be friends." "Naruto, friends?" Gaara said, shocked. Temari and Kankuro appeared. They saw their brother laid at Naruto's mercy. "Get away from him." Temari glared. Kankuro also glared at Naruto. It puzzled Gaara. Why would they make such a face for him? "Calm down, it's not like I was gonna kill him anyway. You sure are lucky to have protective siblings such as them." "Well, Gaara buddy, let's meet again soon," Naruto said before passing out. Temari and Kankuro went to Gaara. Temari hugged him. "I am glad you are alright, Gaara." Kankuro. Gaara let out tears. Kankuro. Temari, "I am sorry, Gaara. Don't worry about it." Kankuro. Preview. The Monkey King versus the Monster Duo. The Monkey King versus the Monster Duo. Gunma arrived at the forest to see the unconscious Naruto. "You did great, kid," Gunma thought as he picked up Naruto. Kakashi and Sasuke arrive at the arena. "I hope we are not too late." Kakashi. They look to the crowd, see the Leaf Ninja had sad expressions. Guy makes his way down to arena. He fills Kakashi and Sasuke in on the details. 2 days after the battle. It was a rainy day, as nearly everyone was at the funeral ceremony for the Hokage. Naruto was standing next to his teammates, and Konohamaru and Iruka, who was comforting the young boy who had just lost a grandfather. Meanwhile, Kakashi was in front of the stone of Obito. "Are those for hate?" Kakashi asked Yugao. She walked towards him. "Better make it quick, the Hokage's funeral has already begun." Kakashi. The ceremony for the Sandaime is about to begin, paying respects to Obito. Instead of constantly inventing new excuses for being late, why don't you simply come here earlier? Yugao bent down in front of the memorial stone. She placed the flowers she brought in front of it and paid her respects. "I did. I've been here since dawn. This place reminds me of the mistakes I made in the past, and I have made so many of them." Kakashi. "Goodbye, old man," Naruto thought. The funeral was over, and everyone was heading back into their homes. "Bye, Iruka-sensei," Naruto said as he left to rejoin his team. "Bye," Iruka said. "Even though he is gone, the will of fire still lives, protecting the village as the ninjas of this village once again head toward a new tomorrow." Next day. "So you still haven't given up your habit of peeping, Hamura?" "I see it as a way to pass the time." Granny Koharu, old man Hamura. "The better question is, why are you two here for?" "Apparently the talks with the sand went without a hitch," Jiraiya asked. "Of course it did, considering the fact that they find out that it was all of Orochimaru's doings, and that he also killed their Kazekage. Thus they accepted a total surrender to the leaf, which we accepted, and as to us, the ravages of the war are our consequences, and the restoration of the village power is our most pressing need at the moment. Our power is declining, and people are becoming fearful. Right now, under these circumstances, the top priority is to make preparations for an upcoming crisis." Koharu explained. "Because we do not know the actions that the neighboring villages will take, it still depends. Until the power of this village is restored, several of our top people from the army were summoned, and an executive committee was formed from these people. This was how this matter was dealt and decided with. Now, first of all, we need a strong leader to rely on. Right now, there seems to be some sort of trouble coming this way, and it's not just Orochimaru." Hamura said, "You see, what we were trying to say is that we need to build a foundation for this plan, and as of now, a Go-Dame is needed." Koharu said, "And in a meeting with the Fire Daimyo, it was decided that it would be you, Jiraiya." Hamura said, "Sorry, but I'm just not the type for it." Jiraiya objected. "This is the decision that was made, and besides, are you saying that one of the renowned Sanins is not capable of handling such a job?" Hamura said, "If you're looking for a Sannin, then there is another. That person is Tsunade." Jiraiya countered, "That is true. Even if that woman was qualified to succeed, we do not know her whereabouts." Hamura said, "I'm going to go look for her and bring her back. That shouldn't be a problem, right?" Jiraiya asked. "However, Koharu began to say, but was cut off by Jiraiya. Don't be down because of me. I'll bring back Tsunade to become the next Hokage, so don't worry about a thing. Jiraiya said, I understand. I will take that into consideration immediately. However, you need to bring several Umbu members with you for your Tsunade search party. Koharu said, there's no need for them. However, I do have one person I would like to bring with me. I just found myself a fascinating apprentice. Jiraiya said. Meanwhile, in the middle of Konoha, two people with black cloaks and red clouds and wearing straw hats were standing in on a tree branch. Doesn't this place bring you back some memories? The one on the left said, yes, it does. The one in the middle replied. Jiraiya meets up with Naruto. The two embark on the search for the future 𝐤𝐢𝐳. Asuma and Kurenai get their asses handed to them by Itachi and Kisame. Kakashi intervenes and gets his ass handed to him. Just as Kisame was about to finish off Kakashi, Guy appeared and saved him. The Akatsuki pair retreat. 2 days later, on the search for Tsunade, Jiraiya decided to teach Naruto the 𝐫𝐻𝐻𝐾. He was shocked when it took him a few attempts to master it. Naruto, today we're staying here, Jiraiya suggests, then suddenly see a beautiful woman. The girl winked at him. Stay here until I come back, Jiraiya said as he walked away. Naruto sighed at his behavior. Later, Naruto was lying on his bed, relaxing. Suddenly, someone knocked. Naruto opens the door. He looks at Itachi and Kisame. Naruto smiles before he runs away. The two Akatsuki members chase after him. Naruto leads them to an isolated place. Naruto, standing firm in the forest clearing, fixes his eyes on Itachi and Kisame. Are you done running, brat Kisame? I wasn't running away, Naruto. I just didn't want anyone to get caught up in our battle. Kisame laughs. Bold words for a brat. Do you really think you can take us on? All by yourself? He looks to Itachi, expecting a shared moment of mockery, but finds none. Itachi remains silent, his gaze never wavering from Naruto. Itachi's silence speaks volumes, amplifying the tension. Naruto stands confidently, his eyes gleaming with excitement, while Itachi and Kisame stand ready, exuding an aura of calm lethality. Kisame, wielding Samehada, is the first to charge, eager to test Naruto's strength. He swings his massive sword, aiming to drain Naruto's chakra, but the Monkey King effortlessly dodges, summoning Yui. With a swing of his mystical staff, now grown to a colossal size, he aims a crushing blow at Kisame. Itachi, however, intervenes with a swift movement, casting a Genjutsu in an attempt to trap Naruto in an illusion. Naruto, sensing the shift in reality, quickly dispels the Genjutsu, a feat that surprises Itachi. Realizing physical confrontation is inevitable, Itachi shares a nod with Kisame, signaling a change in tactics. Itachi activates his Mangekyo Sharingan, unleashing Amaterasu, aiming a stream of black flames at Naruto. Naruto, surrounded by the unquenchable flames and facing the ferocity of Kisame's jutsu, calls upon Gundam, creating a dense fog to obscure their vision and dampen the flames. Emerging from the fog, Naruto uses his Monkey King's clone technique, creating dozens of clones to confuse his opponents. Kisame, with his enhanced senses, swings Samehada wildly, dissipating clone after clone, while Itachi focuses on finding the real Naruto. He was unable to see through Naruto's clone technique. Kisame, overwhelmed, struggles to keep up, his stamina being drained not by his sword, but by the sheer exertion of facing multiple god-tier opponents. Itachi, despite his prodigious abilities, finds himself outmatched. His Susanoo, a spectral warrior of immense power, is summoned to protect him. Yet even this formidable defense cracks under the relentless assault of Naruto and his clones, each blow from their Yui resonating like thunder. The climax of the battle sees Naruto, amidst a whirlwind of divine fury, focusing his energy into a singular, devastating attack. With a command, his clones merge their power back into him, concentrating the essence of the Monkey King into one final strike. As Yui expands, reaching the heavens before descending like the hammer of judgment, Naruto delivers a blow that shatters the Susanoo, forcing Itachi and Kisame to the ground, defeated and utterly overpowered. In the aftermath, Naruto stands alone, the the storm calming around him. Itachi and 𝐸𝐶 lie defeated, as Naruto recalls 𝐤𝐢𝐳, shrinking it back to its portable size. He looks upon his fallen foes not with malice, but with the solemn respect of a warrior who has bested his opponents not through, but through sheer, overwhelming force. The battle, though one-sided, was a testament to Naruto's godlike strength and martial prowess. Search for Tsunade. Naruto smirked triumphantly as he looked at his fallen opponents, reveling in his victory. Suddenly, a giant clay bird swooped down, seizing Naruto in its giant beak before soaring away. "Ha!" a voice said. The bird exploded, engulfing Naruto in the blast. Deidara, Itachi, and 𝐸𝐶 thought. Deidara and Sasori appeared before Itachi and 𝐸𝐶. "Ha!" The almighty Itachi Uchiha finally meets his match. Deidara laughed, while 𝐸𝐶 silently acknowledged Deidara's intense disdain for Itachi. Itachi regarded Deidara with a calm demeanor. "Enjoy this while it lasts," he said stoically. Sasori suggested they leave Naruto to him and Deidara, speculating that Naruto must be fatigued from their battle. However, Itachi corrected him, revealing that Naruto hadn't used any jutsu in their battle. "In our battle, Naruto didn't once use a single jutsu," Itachi explained to Sasori. Deidara questioned how the freak, Naruto, could wield such power without using jutsu, to which Naruto responded confidently, "That's because I am a god," his voice echoing from a distance. Deidara and Sasori braced themselves as a giant shadow loomed over them. Itachi and 𝐸𝐶 observed a colossal hand approaching. Deidara and Sasori looked up to see their impending doom. "Is this the power of a god?" Deidara murmured moments before the hand crushed them without mercy. As the giant hand vanished, there was no trace of the Akatsuki members. Naruto chuckled as he surveyed the scene. "Looks like they got away," he remarked. Jiraiya spotted the colossal hand and swiftly made his way to the location, concern etched on his face. Meanwhile, Sasuke, having also witnessed the massive hand, hurried towards Naruto's position. Upon arriving, both Jiraiya and Sasuke were taken aback by the devastation wrought by Naruto's battle with the Akatsuki. Naruto rested amidst the aftermath, seemingly unfazed by the chaos surrounding him. Approaching Naruto, Sasuke inquired about Itachi's whereabouts. Suddenly, a crow emerged from Naruto's mouth, locking eyes with Sasuke and ensnaring him in a Jinjutsu. As the Jinjutsu took hold, Sasuke heard his brother's voice, echoing hauntingly in his mind. "You are weak because you don't have enough hate." He was plunged into the horrors of his family's massacre, forced to relive the traumatic events repeatedly. Amidst the turmoil, Guy appeared with a swift, dynamic entry, catching Jiraiya off guard and delivering a direct hit. "Guy!" Jiraiya exclaimed, caught off balance by the unexpected attack. Chuckling, Guy apologized for his hasty action, mistaking Jiraiya for an enemy in his rush. "You didn't do it on purpose?" Jiraiya retorted sarcastically, trying to regain his composure. Naruto interjected, calming the situation and redirecting their focus to Sasuke's well-being. Jiraiya, acknowledging Sasuke's compromised state, emphasized the urgency of rescuing him. Itachi probably used the same jutsu he used on Kakashi, Guy speculated, highlighting the seriousness of the situation. Recognizing the need for skilled medical aid, Guy emphasized the necessity of finding a top-tier medical ninja to assist Kakashi and Sasuke. Jiraiya concurred, realizing the gravity of the situation and suggesting the involvement of one of the legendary Sannin. "It looks like we need her after all," Jiraiya concluded, prompting Guy's widened eyes in realization. Confirming their plan, Jiraiya instructed Guy to escort Sasuke home, while he and Naruto embarked on the mission to find the esteemed medical ninja. With resolve in their hearts, Jiraiya and Naruto prepared to set out on their next endeavor. With Tsunade, an avid and very unlucky gambler, hits a winning streak, indicating to her that something bad is about to happen, and as such she tries to flee the city. Her assistant, Shizune, asks Tsunade if they can go and see the local landmarks first, to which Tsunade reluctantly agrees. As Shizune admires an ancient castle, with Tsunade repeatedly asking her to hurry up, the castle collapses, and from the rubble emerges Orochimaru and Kabuto riding a giant snake. Unhappy to see her old teammate, Tsunade refuses to heal Orochimaru, deducing what his ailment is from his appearance alone. After Kabuto states that only Tsunade can help Orochimaru, Tsunade inquires how he got the injury, recognizing it as being far from an average wound. Nonchalantly, Orochimaru explains that it was nothing more than his own carelessness when he was killing the third Hokage, the revelation of which shocks Shizen and Tsunade. Noticing the expression on the two's faces, Orochimaru comments that all people die and reminds Tsunade of her two deceased loved ones. This observation enrages Shizen, who attempts to strike Orochimaru, though Kabuto blocks the attack. After calming Shizen down and casually scolding Orochimaru for what he said, Tsunade punches the wall next to her, reducing it to gravel, and vows to kill him if he ever says it again. After repeating her refusal to help Orochimaru, Tsunade prepares to fight them in the event that they won't leave. Just as she is about to attack, Orochimaru offers to revive her dead brother and lover if she helps him, stopping Tsunade before she can act. Finally considering the offer, Tsunade asks what Orochimaru will do if his arms are healed, to which he replies that he will destroy Konoha. Elsewhere, Jiraiya and Naruto have arrived in the city, and the two visit Tsunade's last known location. When they hear reports of a giant snake destroying a castle, Jiraiya recognizes this as one of Orochimaru's acts, and as such rushes to the castle. Shizen, meanwhile, is infuriated by Orochimaru's proposal of destroying Konoha and tries to persuade Tsunade in helping her kill the weakened Orochimaru. Although Tsunade refuses, Orochimaru sheds some of his own blood to make sure she keeps her word, knowing that Tsunade suffers from a fear of blood. With Tsunade forced into submission by the sight of his blood, Orochimaru allows her a week to consider his offer, and he and Kabuto disappear. After a while, Naruto and Jiraiya find Tsunade at a bar. "Finally, we've found you." Tsunade Jiraiya smirk. "Today I met with someone that brings back bad memories." Tsunade said, "𝐵𝐸, what did you do?" Naruto, "She isn't talking about me, brat." Jiraiya, "Your perverted tendencies is enough. Give someone bad memories." Naruto laughed. Jiraiya got mad but calmed down. "Well, you don't mean me, right?" Jiraiya asked Tsunade. "Not you, I'm talking about Orochimaru." Tsunade, "Did anything happen?" Jiraiya asked. At this, Shizen stared at Tsunade, but Tsunade glared at her. "Nothing much. Just a little greeting," Tsunade replied Jiraiya, but he could see she was lying. "It is almost time for the reunion for the three Sannin." Naruto thought. Jiraiya, "Why'd you come to see me?" Tsunade asked. "To tell the truth, the Village of the Leaf has issued a request for you to be the fifth Hokage," Jiraiya answered. At this, Tsunade and Shizen eyes widen. Jiraiya continued, "The third. So, it's true the third is dead," Shizen thought. "It was Orochimaru's work. I heard he told me," Tsunade cut in. "So your answer is? Are you willing to accept?" Jiraiya asked Tsunade. "Impossible. I decline." Tsunade answered. "Then can you at least heal Sasuke and Kakashi, Sensei Naruto?" Jiraiya, "Who is this boy?" Tsunade, "My new student Naruto Uzumaki." Jiraiya, "Minato's and Kushina's brat." Tsunade thought, "It's gonna cost you." Tsunade said to Naruto, "How much, Naruto?" 3 million Ryo. Tsunade, "Where the hell am I gonna get that kind of money?" Naruto, "Not my problem." Tsunade, "How about this, let's fight for it. If I win, you become the Hokage. Of course you will also heal them, Naruto." "Kid, are you sure she isn't one of the three Sannin for nothing?" Jiraiya faked. He knew Naruto was powerful enough to handle Tsunade, seeing as he dealt with the Akatsuki. "And what do I get if you lose, Tsunade?" "I will become your slave. I will do anything you ask of me. Your chores, fight for you, anything." Naruto, please reconsider." Shizen, "Fine, I accept your challenge. I will even bet this," Tsunade said while pointing to her necklace. "Then let's do this," Naruto said, eager to fight. "Battle Maniac," the Nine-Tails said. "Let's fight tomorrow. I am a bit drunk," Tsunade lied. "I will hold you to it," Naruto said as the stars in his eyes flickered. Legends collide. Tsunade versus Naruto. Few days later, unknown location. Itachi began the meeting with a somber tone, outlining the unexpected developments they faced. "Naruto's power has grown significantly," he started, capturing the full attention of the room. "Despite our combined efforts, he was able to withstand and counter our attacks without using chakra." Pain, the leader, leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. "How did he manage to best you?" Itachi, "Were you able to use Tsukuyomi on him?" Itachi shook his head slightly. Only momentarily, he disrupted my attempt. It seems he has developed resistances we aren't familiar with. Deidara, eager to share his frustration, added, "Yeah, the brat even summoned a giant hand that could crush people at once." He clenched his fists, remembering the humiliation of retreat. Itachi took a breath, then revealed the most startling aspect of their encounter. "There's something else." Naruto proclaimed himself to be a god. The room fell into a moment of silence. "He called himself a god?" Pain questioned, his voice carefully neutral. Itachi nodded. "Yes." He stated it boldly and with conviction. "Calling himself a god, huh? That little brat would make a perfect sacrifice for Lord Jashin," Haiden thought. Kisame leaned forward, his expression serious. He certainly displayed power that would support such a claim. His abilities were beyond anything we've encountered. Konan frowned thoughtfully. "If he truly is a god, we need to factor that into our future plans. This changes things. We must continue monitoring him closely and gather more intelligence. Naruto Uzumaki has become a more significant threat than we anticipated." Pain's Rinnegan eyes seemed to glow with a renewed intensity. "A god? Huh, Naruto Uzumaki? I will show you what the power of a god truly is." He thought. The Akatsuki absorbed the information, their minds racing with plans and the realization that Naruto could no longer be underestimated. The meeting ended with a resolve to gather more information and adapt their strategies for capturing Naruto. The meeting concluded with a renewed sense of urgency and the acknowledgement that Naruto's declaration of being a god was not mere arrogance, but potentially a sign of his growing power and the challenges ahead for the Akatsuki. With Naruto and Tsunade. "Are you ready to lose, brat?" Tsunade said while cracking her knuckles. Naruto didn't respond with words. Instead, his eyes gleamed with excitement, a fierce grin spreading across his face. Naruto, his eyes focused and his stance relaxed, was the first to move. He executed step, Bobup, appearing instantly behind Tsunade. He aimed a powerful kick at her back, but Tsunade, relying on her years of experience, sensed the attack and spun around, deflecting the kick with a swift block. Tsunade countered with a devastating punch aimed at Naruto's stomach, her chakra-enhanced strength capable of pulverizing rock. Naruto, agile and flexible, twisted his body, avoiding the punch by a hair's breadth, and retaliated with 𝐫𝐞𝐽, a fierce knee strike that connected with Tsunade's ribs, sending her skidding back. Regaining her footing, Tsunade smirked. "Not bad, kid." Naruto responded with a grin, not missing a beat as he launched into 𝐫𝐞𝐽, an upward kick targeting Tsunade's chin. Tsunade ducked under the kick, then surged forward with a chakra-infused uppercut. Naruto barely managed to evade, feeling the rush of displaced air from the powerful blow. Naruto performed scissors, a diagonal kick aimed at Tsunade's neck. Tsunade blocked it with her forearm, the impact echoing across the battle. She grabbed his leg, pulling him off balance, and threw him with incredible force. Naruto twisted mid-air, landing gracefully. Tsunade decided it was time to go on the offensive. She rushed at Naruto, her fists ablur. Naruto dodged, his agile reflexes allowing him to stay just out of reach. Tsunade's punches and kicks were relentless, each one capable of shattering bones. Naruto saw an opening and executed Naruto Original Blue Dragon Kick, the powerful kick that seemed to summon a spectral blue dragon. The dragon's force struck Tsunade head-on, pushing her back several feet. Tsunade coughed but quickly activated her medical ninjutsu, healing the damage almost instantly. Undeterred, Naruto decided to turn it up a notch with twin blue dragon kick. This time, two blue dragons emerged, their force doubling the impact. Tsunade braced herself, crossing her arms to absorb the blow. The ground beneath her cracked, but she stood firm, though visibly strained. Naruto pressed his advantage, launching into axe. He leaped high into the air, spinning and descending with a powerful horizontal kick. Tsunade stepped aside at the last moment, but the ground where Naruto landed split open, showcasing the sheer power behind his attack. Tsunade breathed heavily. The battlefield was marred by craters and debris from their intense exchange. Jiraiya stood at the edge of the battlefield, his eyes wide with excitement and a knowing smile playing on his lips as he watched the fierce exchange between Tsunade and Naruto. "Ah, that's Tsunade for you," he thought, chuckling to himself. Always the powerhouse. But the kid, he's something else. Fast, agile, and his technique. Impressive. He couldn't help but feel a thrill watching them adapt and respond to each other's moves, a perfect demonstration of the art of combat. 𝐤𝐸𝐵 watched the battle with a mix of apprehension and awe, her hands clasped tightly together. Every time Tsunade was hit, 𝐤𝐸𝐵 felt a pang of worry, but she also knew her mentor's incredible capabilities and resilience. She marveled at Tsunade's ability to withstand and counter Naruto's powerful strikes, her medical knowledge reassuring her of Tsunade's self-healing techniques. This is unbelievable. Lady Tsunade is really being pushed to her limits, 𝐤𝐸𝐵 thought, her eyes tracking every movement. But she's handling it well. In Naruto, his skills are exceptional. Despite her usual role as a healer, 𝐤𝐸𝐵 couldn't help but get drawn into the thrill of the fight, her respect for both fighters growing with every exchange. As the fight continued, both Jiraiya and 𝐤𝐸𝐵 remained engrossed. Tsunade's eyes narrowed, her determination unwavering. She rushed at Naruto again. With step, he appeared behind her, executing a series of 3 powerful kicks. Tsunade blocked them, but a well-placed 𝐫𝐞𝐽 broke through, catching her off guard. Seizing the moment, Naruto launched 𝐫𝐞𝐽, a powerful knee to Tsunade's stomach, doubling her over. Before she could recover, he finished with a perfectly timed scissors, the diagonal kick connecting with her neck and sending her sprawling. Tsunade, battered but not broken, struggled to her feet. She used her medical ninjutsu, healing her injuries. "You're tough," she admitted, "but I'm not done yet." Naruto nodded. "Neither am I." Tsunade cracked her knuckles, ready to continue, while Naruto tightened his stance, focusing on his opponent. Tsunade charged at Naruto with a powerful, chakra-infused punch aimed at his chest. Naruto used step to dodge to her side, then countered with 𝐫𝐞𝐽, an upward kick targeting her chin. Tsunade blocked with her forearm, but felt the force behind it. She retaliated with a sweeping kick, trying to knock Naruto off balance. Naruto jumped over her leg, landing smoothly and immediately following with the twin blue dragon kick. The spectral dragons crashed into Tsunade, pushing her back and causing her to skid across the ground. Tsunade got up, slightly dazed but still determined. She summoned a burst of chakra, her hands glowing with medical energy. She rushed at Naruto, aiming to use her healing ability to simultaneously attack and heal any injury she sustained. Naruto met her head-on, their blows creating shockwaves that echoed through the arena. Naruto executed axe, spinning in midair and bringing his foot down with tremendous force. Tsunade sidestepped the initial impact, but was caught off guard by the sheer power of the attack, which cracked the ground beneath her feet. Realizing she needed to change tactics, Tsunade focused her chakra to enhance her speed, matching Naruto's agility. She unleashed a flurry of punches, forcing Naruto to block and evade. Naruto countered with a combination of renewal taekwondo techniques, landing several hits that staggered Tsunade. Tsunade, feeling the strain, activated her creation rebirth technique, healing her injuries instantly, but at a great cost her lifespan. She knew this was her last chance to turn the tide. With renewed vigor, she launched herself at Naruto, her punches and kicks a blur. Naruto, sensing the endgame, poured some 𝐤𝐸𝐵 into his next attack. He unleashed a more powerful blue dragon kick, the dragon roaring as it surged towards Tsunade. Tsunade braced herself, taking the full force of the attack and holding her ground. Tsunade, breathing heavily, saw an opening and went for it. She infused her fist with an insane amount of chakra, but Naruto blocked the hit, as he did a large crater form beneath them. With a swift and precise 𝐫𝐞𝐽, Naruto landed an upward kick to Tsunade's chin, followed by 𝐫𝐞𝐽, driving his knee into her midsection. Tsunade stumbled but refused to fall. Naruto then unleashed his final technique, scissors, a diagonal kick that struck Tsunade's neck, sending her to the ground. Tsunade lay on the ground, breathing heavily. Naruto stood over her. He offered her a hand, a sign of respect and acknowledgement of her strength. "You fought well," Naruto said, helping her to her feet. Tsunade smiled weakly, accepting his help. "So did you. Just what is this brat? He didn't even use any jutsu or enhance himself with chakra." Tsunade thought. Monkey King versus 𝐸𝐻𝐻 versus Naruto, his adrenaline still surging from his victory over Tsunade, approached Jiraiya with enthusiasm. Jiraiya looked at Naruto with a mixture of surprise and curiosity. Hey, pervy sage, you're up next. Let's see what you've got. Naruto. Jiraiya chuckles. You really think you can take me on? I am far stronger than Tsunade. Naruto, grinning absolutely. I'm just getting started. Come on, old man, show me what you got. Jiraiya smiled warmly at Naruto's challenge. All right, Naruto, you've got guts, I'll give you that. But don't expect me to go easy on you. Jiraiya, bring it on. I'm ready for anything. Naruto, the kid is a battle maniac, Tsunade thought. Tsunade walked away from the two. Naruto and Jiraiya stood at a distance, both warriors exuding an aura of anticipation and power. Naruto made the first move. Naruto used step, vanishing and reappearing right behind Jiraiya, launching a kick at his side. Jiraiya quickly sidestepped, narrowly avoiding the blow. Naruto continued his assault with a series of rapid kicks. Hochu. Jiraiya blocked the first kick with his forearm, but Naruto spun around for another attack. Three-stage Hochuk. The series of kicks came from different angles, aiming to disorient Jiraiya. Jiraiya avoided the strikes, but was forced to backpedal as Naruto followed up with a low kick aimed at his knee. Dangitsuki. With a quick jump, Jiraiya avoided the low kick, countering with a quick jab that Naruto parried easily. Naruto then aimed an elbow strike at Jiraiya. K9. Jiraiya blocked the elbow, retaliating with a spinning back fist, but Naruto moved with incredible agility, landing a double horizontal kick. Goryo. From their vantage point atop a nearby hill, Tsunade and Shizen observed the intense battle unfolding between Naruto and Jiraiya. They had only recently encountered Naruto, but his display of skill and power left a strong impression on both women. Impressive. Just what is that Naruto? He's quite something. His movements are swift, and his techniques are executed with precision. Yes, Lady Tsunade, Naruto Kuin's taijutsu is certainly impressive, Shizen. The force of the kick sent Jiraiya skidding back, but he regained his balance just in time to see Naruto turn his back and deliver a spinning kick to his face. Pinji Chajai. Jiraiya used Needle Jizo. His hair hardened into spikes, creating a protective barrier. The kick struck the spikes, and Jiraiya immediately countered. Needle Hell, he shouted, extending his hair and firing a barrage of hardened needles at Naruto. Naruto dodged most of the needles, but was hit by a few, wincing as they grazed his skin. Taking advantage of the moment, Jiraiya quickly formed hand signs. Earth Release. Swamp of the Underworld. The ground beneath Naruto turned into a sticky swamp, trapping him in place. Jiraiya spat out a large amount of oil, coating Naruto. Toad Oil Bullet. He then followed up with a Fire Jutsu. Fire Release. Flame Bullet. The Flame Bullet ignited the oil, creating a massive explosion that shook the battlefield. As the dust settled, Jiraiya saw Naruto emerge, slightly burned but still standing. Jiraiya wasted no time summoning Gamabunta. Summoning Jutsu, Gamabunta appeared, and together they launched a combination attack. Fire Release. Toad Oil Flame Bullet. A massive stream of fire and oil surged towards Naruto. Naruto summoned Gunduin, creating a powerful storm. Lightning and wind countered the oncoming flames, causing the combination attack to fail. Gamabunta, undeterred, lunged at Naruto with his massive blade. Naruto summoned Yui, his mystical staff, extending it to meet Gamabunta's blade. The two clashed, creating shockwaves with each strike. Meanwhile, Jiraiya tried to sneak up on Naruto, but Naruto anticipated the move. Monkey King Clone. Naruto created a clone to deal with Jiraiya. The clone engaged Jiraiya, while Naruto continued his battle with Gamabunta. Jiraiya and the clone exchanged blows, their movements a blur of speed and power. Meanwhile, Naruto and Gamabunta's clash intensified, each strike resonating with immense force. Jiraiya, with a powerful Rinnegan, managed to defeat the clone, dispersing it. At the same time, Naruto overpowered Gamabunta, sending the giant toad back to Mount Myaboku. With Gamabunta gone, Jiraiya charged up a Rinnegan and rushed towards Naruto. Naruto countered with a barehanded slice. Barehand slice. The technique cut through the 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻 and struck Jiraiya's chest, sending him flying back. Naruto extended 𝐤𝐢𝐳 at incredible speed, striking Jiraiya with great force. Jiraiya spat out blood, frustration evident on his face. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Jiraiya summoned Ma and Pa. With their help, he entered Sage mode. "Let's go, Ma, Pa." Seeing Jiraiya power up, Naruto responded in kind, entering his Monkey King mode. The transformation was awe-inspiring, his power skyrocketing. Jiraiya and the Toads could feel Naruto's overwhelming power. The two resumed their battle, engaging in a fierce taijutsu exchange. Jiraiya switched to frog kata style, while Naruto employed a mix of karate and boxing techniques. The clash of styles was intense, with each blow creating shockwaves. Jiraiya felt the overwhelming power of Naruto wreaking havoc on his body. Deciding to change tactics, he unleashed powerful fire techniques in combination with Ma and Pa. Naruto, with his bare hand slashed through the fiery attacks, reducing them to shreds. The ferocity of his counterattacks left Jiraiya struggling to keep up. Determined to end the fight, Jiraiya leaped into the air, creating a massive 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻. "This ends now." Naruto began the motion for his ultimate attack. Naruto Original Blue Dragon Kick. A large, menacing dragon formed around his leg, its presence intimidating. As Jiraiya descended, Naruto unleashed his attack. The dragon surged forward, countering the giant 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻 with ease. The sheer power of the dragon overpowered Jiraiya, sending him crashing to the ground. Jiraiya laid on the ground, battered and bruised. Naruto stood tall, his power radiating. Both warriors had pushed their limits, and the battlefield bore the scars of their epic clash. Jiraiya, struggling to stand, looked up at Naruto. "You're incredibly strong," he admitted, a faint smile on his face. Naruto nodded. "You too, pervy sage. You fought well. Is he even human, Tsunade?" Shizen was too awestruck to comment. Watching from the shadows, Zetsu, "I can't wait to see him fight ourself," proclaimed God. "The boy will certainly give Nagato a run for his money," Black Zetsu. Promise of revival. Nightfall in Tanzakagai. The moon hung low over Tanzakagai, casting long shadows over the streets as Tsunade and Shizen stood together in deep discussion. The air was heavy with tension. Orochimaru's offer weighed on Tsunade's mind. His promise to resurrect Nawaki and Dan in exchange for healing his arms, which had been sealed by Hiruzen during their battle in Konoha. Shizune's face was drawn, worry creasing her brow as she pleaded with Tsunade, urging her not to make a deal with the devil. "You know what Orochimaru is capable of. If you heal him, you're unleashing a monster." Tsunade's hand clenched into a fist, her heart torn between the temptation of seeing her loved ones again and the knowledge of the danger Orochimaru posed to the entire village. Before she could respond, there was a rustling sound from the shadows. Naruto stepped out, his eyes reflecting the flicker of torches lining the streets. He had been eavesdropping on their conversation and couldn't keep quiet any longer. His face was set with determination, his voice steady. "Tsunade, you should heal Orochimaru." Naruto clenched his fists, his gaze burning with intensity. "I understand perfectly. Orochimaru killed the third Hokage. I owe him for that. I have a score to settle, and I want to be the one to take him down." Tsunade hesitated, studying Naruto's face. She saw the fire in his eyes, the same fire that had been in her younger brother's gaze. After a long silence, she sighed. "You're serious about this, aren't you?" Naruto nodded firmly. "I am." Shizen looked horrified, but didn't say anything, understanding that Naruto's will was unbreakable. The next day, Jiraiya stood in the morning sun, his brow furrowed as he glanced around, searching for Naruto and Tsunade. Shizen approached him, her face calm, but her eyes betraying the anxiety she tried to hide. They went out together, probably just spending some time alone. Jiraiya raised an eyebrow. Together? He could sense that Shizen wasn't telling him everything, but he chose not to press the issue. If Tsunade and Naruto had gone off on their own, there was likely something serious going on. Still, he managed to smile. It's a good thing for them to spend time together. They're family, after all. Shizen said nothing, merely nodding. But as Jiraiya walked away, his mind turned, wondering what Tsunade and Naruto were truly up to. With Naruto and Tsunade, the two walked side by side through the forest, the path leading to an inevitable confrontation with Orochimaru and Kabuto. As they walked, Tsunade broke the silence. "You know, Naruto, there's something I've been meaning to tell you." Naruto glanced at her curiously. "What's that, Tsunade?" Tsunade hesitated for a moment before continuing. "You and we're related. Distant relatives, but still family. Your parents were remarkable people, Naruto. Your mother, Kushina, was the most fierce and courageous woman I've ever met. And your father, he was the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze." Naruto stopped in his tracks, staring at Tsunade in disbelief. "Wait, the fourth Hokage was my dad?" Tsunade nodded, her expression soft. "He was. You've inherited more from them than you know." Naruto was silent for a moment, absorbing the revelation. His heart swelled with pride and newfound resolve. "I won't let them down, Tsunade. I'll make them proud." Tsunade smiled faintly. "I know you will." At the meeting place, Tsunade approached the clearing where Orochimaru and Kabuto waited. Orochimaru stood still, his snake-like eyes gleaming with anticipation. Kabuto stood by his side, smirking, his hands folded across his chest. "Tsunade." Orochimaru greeted her with a venomous smile. "I trust you've made your decision." Tsunade's gaze was sharp as she stepped closer. "You said you'd bring back Nawaki and Dan, and that you wouldn't touch the Leaf Village." Orochimaru gave her a solemn nod, though the gleam in his eyes betrayed his true intentions. "Of course, I always keep my promises." Tsunade's hand glowed with chakra as she placed it over Orochimaru's damaged arms. The process took time, her chakra flowing into the cursed limbs. Slowly, the seal that the third Hokage had placed on them began to unravel, the dark marks fading from Orochimaru's skin. He flexed his fingers, smiling wickedly as the feeling returned to his arms. "I'm much better," Orochimaru hissed. "Now, it's time for me to fulfill my side of the bargain." He formed a series of hand seals, and two coffins emerged from the ground. As the lids slid open, Dan and Nawaki stepped out, their faces as serene as the day they had died. Tsunade's breath hitched as she saw them, tears welling up in her eyes. "Nawaki!" "Dan," she whispered, stepping forward. But her joy was short-lived. Orochimaru, with a malicious grin, pulled out two kunai with sealing tags. He placed the kunai in the back of their necks, and in an instant, the light left their eyes. They became mindless puppets under Orochimaru's control, their expressions turning blank as they moved to attack Tsunade. Tsunade leaped backward, narrowly avoiding their strikes. Her heart ached as she dodged their attacks, but her anger quickly turned toward Orochimaru. "I knew you wouldn't keep your word, you snake." Orochimaru laughed, his voice cold and mocking. "Yet you still went through with it. How foolish." Tsunade chuckled darkly, her eyes glinting with resolve. "An angry battle maniac insisted that I do it." Orochimaru raised a brow. "Battle maniac?" Before he could process her words, Naruto appeared in a blur of motion, delivering a series of lightning-fast staff strikes to Dan and Nawaki, knocking them away from Tsunade. He landed beside her, holding Yui behind his back, his gaze cold and unwavering as he locked eyes with Orochimaru and Kabuto. Kabuto sneered at the boy. "You should but out of the grown-ups conversation, Naruto. You're out of your league." Orochimaru's eyes narrowed slightly, recognizing the change in Naruto's demeanor. He had seen the boy's potential during the Chunin exams, but this was different. There was something far more dangerous about him now, though neither Orochimaru nor Kabuto fully understood what had changed. What they didn't realize was that Naruto had ascended to godhood that day, his power far beyond anything they could comprehend. Wrath of the Monkey King. Orochimaru's smirk widened as he finished forming the seals. The ground trembled slightly, and from the dirt rose another coffin, the kanji 4 for emblazoned on it. With a creak, the lid slid open, revealing none other than Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage. Minato blinked, his blue eyes scanning the battlefield before they landed on Naruto. A soft smile formed on his lips. "Naruto!" Naruto's face lit up with joy and disbelief. "Dad, I can't believe it's really you." His voice cracked with emotion. "I've admired you my whole life, even before I knew you were my father." Kabuto, standing behind Orochimaru, stared in shock. The fourth Hokage, and he's Naruto's father? Before the moment could settle, Orochimaru slipped a kunai into Minato, the same withered tag attached as before. Minato's eyes dulled, his expression growing blank and lifeless like Dan and Nawaki before him. Orochimaru sneered at Naruto. I must admit, Naruto-kun, you have spirit, but the odds aren't in your favor now. Even with your so-called strength, you'll have to face the 5 of us. Naruto grinned confidently, his eyes glinting with a dangerous edge. Odds, huh? He chuckled before spinning his staff. I will be sure to take it easy on you guys. As the battle begins, Naruto quickly turns to Tsunade. Tsunade, stay back. I'll handle this. Without hesitation, Naruto taps into his powers and creates 4 Monkey King clones. They leap into action, each one targeting a specific opponent. Kabuto, Dan, Nawaki, and Minato. The original Naruto goes after Orochimaru, but the first of his clones rushes toward Kabuto. Kabuto smirks, confident in his medical expertise and battle experience, as the two clash. Kabuto starts by activating his chakra scalpels, his hands glowing with a deadly chakra that can sever muscles and tendons with a single strike. He charges at the clone, aiming for Naruto's vital points. The clone, however, is unfazed. Wielding his divine staff, Yui, the clone blocks Kabuto's strikes. Kabuto's speed is impressive, but the clone matches him blow for blow. As Kabuto attempts to land a disabling strike, the clone twists his body, using the momentum to swing Yui in a wide arc. Kabuto barely dodges, flipping back to create some distance. You're not like the Naruto I remember. You've become dangerous. Kabuto, the clone grins, extending Yui to an incredible length. The staff shoots forward like a spear, forcing Kabuto to dodge again. However, the clone had anticipated this. With a flick of his wrist, he retracts the staff and slams it into the ground, sending a shockwave toward Kabuto. The ground shatters beneath Kabuto's feet, and before he can react, the clone is already upon him. The clone swings Yui in a flurry of strikes, each one faster and stronger than the last. Kabuto tries to counter with his chakra scalpels, but the sheer force of the staff sends him stumbling back. Realizing that a frontal assault isn't working, Kabuto switches tactics. He forms hand seals quickly and slams his hands on the ground, summoning a large snake. The snake lunges at the clone, fangs bared. The clone smirks, leaping into the air. With a powerful swing of Yui, the clone smashes the snake into the ground, crushing it beneath the staff's weight. Kabuto's eyes widen as the clone lands in front of him. He quickly activates Healing Wound Destruction, gathering chakra to the points on his body where he expects to be hit. He prepares for the next exchange, confident that he can survive any damage. But the clone isn't finished. It shifts Yui into a smaller, more manageable size and closes the distance between them. Using a series of rapid strikes, the clone overwhelms Kabuto, each blow faster than the last. Kabuto struggles to keep up, barely healing himself in time. In the midst of the chaos, the clone delivers a powerful kick to Kabuto's side, sending him crashing into the ground. Kabuto groans, clutching his side, but before he can recover, the clone raises Yui above his head. With a final, devastating blow, the clone brings Yui down, smashing Kabuto into the ground. Kabuto's vision blurs as the last of his healing chakra runs dry. Not so confident now, are you? Clone. Kabuto falls unconscious, defeated. Meanwhile, another clone faces Nawaki, who stands with a vacant expression. Though once just a young genin, in his current form, Nawaki has infinite chakra, making him a significant threat. Nawaki attacks first, charging with surprising speed. He throws a barrage of punches and kicks his strikes. The clone blocks and counters, using his own impressive taijutsu skills to match Nawaki blow for blow. The clone sweeps Yui in a low arc, attempting to trip Nawaki, but Nawaki jumps over the staff and delivers a kick aimed at the clone's head. The clone ducks and retaliates with a sharp thrust of Yui, aiming for Nawaki's stomach. Nawaki twists his body midair, avoiding the attack, and lands on the other side of the battlefield. Nawaki forms hand seals, summoning a burst of earth release jutsu. The ground beneath the clone erupts as spikes of earth shoot up from the ground, threatening to impale the clone. But the clone is quick, leaping onto a miniature Gunduin, his small cloud, and flying above the spikes. From above, the clone extends 𝐤𝐢 and brings it down with tremendous force. The staff crashes into the earth, shattering the spikes and creating a massive crater. 𝐤𝐢𝐽 is thrown off balance, but quickly recovers, charging once again. This time, the clone meets him head-on. The two engage in a fierce close combat exchange, with the clone using 𝐤𝐢 to block and counter every strike. 𝐤𝐤𝐽's movements are fast and relentless, but the clone remains calm, waiting for the right moment. In an instant, the clone spins 𝐤𝐢 and delivers a powerful strike to 𝐤𝐤𝐽's side, sending him tumbling across the ground. As 𝐤𝐤𝐽 tries to get up, the clone appears in front of him, driving 𝐤𝐢 into the ground next to his head. "You're strong, but this fight is over." Clone. With a quick motion, the clone extends 𝐤𝐢 again, sweeping 𝐤𝐤𝐽 off his feet and slamming him into the ground. 𝐤𝐤𝐽's body lies still, defeated but unable to die. The clone then prepares to purify 𝐤𝐤𝐽's soul, allowing him to rest in peace. The third clone faces 𝐤𝐤𝐽, a legendary shinobi with a unique and terrifying ability, the spirit transformation technique. Dan's soul detaches from his body, becoming a living spirit that can move through physical objects and attack directly. The clone immediately senses the danger as Dan's spirit form rushes toward him. The clone tries to defend with 𝐤𝐢, but Dan phases through the staff effortlessly. The clone's eyes widen as Dan attempts to strike him, but the clone is prepared. Using soul interaction, the clone counters with a strike aimed at Dan's soul. 𝐤𝐢, infused with spiritual energy, glows as it connects with Dan's soul, causing Dan to recoil in surprise. Dan reforms, returning to his physical body. He charges the clone, launching a series of rapid taijutsu attacks. The clone blocks each strike with 𝐤𝐢, the staff moving with incredible speed and precision. Dan, realizing that physical attacks won't be enough, switches back to his spirit form, attempting to bypass the clone's defenses. But the clone keeps up, swinging 𝐤𝐢 with enhanced spiritual energy, clashing with Dan's spirit. The two continue to battle, with Dan phasing in and out of his spirit form, trying to find an opening. But the clone's mastery of both physical and spiritual combat keeps Dan at bay. Finally, the clone catches Dan off guard with a rapid spin of 𝐤𝐢, landing a direct hit on Dan's soul. The impact sends Dan crashing back into his physical body, where the clone quickly follows up with a powerful strike, pinning him to the ground. "It's time for you to rest." Clone. The clone uses soul interaction to purify Dan's soul, freeing him from Orochimaru's control. The fourth and final clone faces Minato, Naruto's father, and the most dangerous of the reanimations. Minato, controlled by Orochimaru, stands emotionless, his eyes empty as he prepares to fight his son's clone. Minato disappears in an instant, teleporting behind the clone with a Rasengan already formed in his hand. The clone blocks with 𝐤𝐢, the force of the attack sending shockwaves through the air. Minato vanishes again, reappearing at another angle. The clone spins 𝐤𝐢, using it to block and deflect Minato's strikes. The clone smirks, extending 𝐤𝐢 to try and catch Minato, but the flying Raijin makes it difficult to predict where he'll appear next. Minato throws a kunai marked with his signature seal, teleporting to it in an instant and delivering another Rasengan. The clone is hit, but the damage was minimal. The battle between the clone and Minato got more intense. The clone's enhanced spiritual energy flows through 𝐤𝐢, creating an aura of power around the staff. Minato, undeterred, launches another quick attack, teleporting with his flying Raijin to strike from multiple angles. Each time Minato reappears, the clone anticipates the move. The clone's eyes glow with the fiery eyes and golden pupils, granting it enhanced perception, allowing it to see Minato's movements as if in slow motion. With this new advantage, the clone begins to turn the tide of the battle. As Minato vanishes again, the clone thrusts 𝐤𝐢 toward the space where Minato is about to reappear. The staff strikes the air just as Minato materializes, forcing him to retreat and regroup. "I can see you now, Dad. You can't outrun this." Clone. Minato's expression remains neutral, but the intensity of his movements increases. He throws another flying 𝐤𝐢𝐴, but this time, the clone doesn't give him the chance to teleport. With a quick motion, the clone extends 𝐤𝐢 to impossible lengths, catching the 𝐾𝐽 midair and hurling it far away. Before Minato can summon more 𝐾𝐽, the clone charges in, swinging 𝐤𝐢 with a force that cracks the earth beneath them. Minato dodges gracefully, but the clone continues its relentless assault. Each swing of 𝐤𝐢 is faster and stronger, pushing Minato back. The clone seizes the opportunity, closing the distance with Gunduin and delivering a rapid sequence of lightning strikes. Minato barely manages to dodge, but the force of the strikes is too much. The clone spins 𝐤𝐢 in a wide arc, disarming Minato and sending his 𝐾𝐽 flying. In an instant, Minato performs a hand sign and vanishes completely. He uses the Flying Thunder God, second step, moving between previously marked locations faster than the eye can follow. The clone stands its ground, focusing all of its enhanced senses, searching for any hint of Minato's presence. Suddenly, Minato reappears directly behind the clone, his 𝐻𝐸𝐴Z𝐸 poised to strike. But the clone is ready. With a quick motion, it spins 𝐤𝐢 behind its back, intercepting Minato's attack. Before Minato can retreat, the clone uses its free hand to summon another clone staff. With both staffs in hand, the clone attacks with unmatched ferocity. Minato tries to evade, but the clone's newfound speed and power overwhelm him. Finally, with a powerful double strike from both 𝐤𝐢, the clone knocks Minato to the ground, pinning him with the weight of the divine staffs. Rest now, Dad. Clone. The clone channels its soul interaction ability into the divine staffs, purifying Minato's soul and freeing him from Orochimaru's control. As Minato's body falls limp, a faint smile crosses his face, as though, in his final moments, he recognized Naruto's strength. Naruto, I'm proud of you. Minato, you've come far, Naruto, but you're still no match for me. Orochimaru. Naruto, his aura crackling with energy, faces Orochimaru head-on. Orochimaru opens with a barrage of snake summons, the massive serpents slithering out of the ground and converging on Naruto. But Naruto is unshaken. With a single swing of 𝐤𝐢, he extends the staff to an incredible length, smashing through the snakes like they're nothing more than paper. Orochimaru hisses in annoyance, forming hand seals as he prepares a more deadly attack. I see you've grown, Naruto-kun, but you're still no match for me. Orochimaru. With a flick of his wrist, Orochimaru summons a massive serpent, Manda. The colossal creature roars as it lunges toward Naruto, its fangs gleaming with deadly venom. Naruto, however, doesn't flinch. He leaps into the air as Manda strikes. In midair, Naruto twirls 𝐤𝐢, extending it once more and delivering a powerful downward strike on Manda's head. The impact sends shockwaves through the battlefield, but Manda, furious, recoils and prepares to strike again. Naruto spins in midair, unleashing a devastating wedge hook kick. The kick connects with Manda's head, sending the massive serpent crashing into the ground, dazed and defeated. Before Orochimaru can react, Naruto dives toward him, using 𝐵𝐵 to close the distance in an instant. Orochimaru's eyes widen as Naruto appears right in front of him, swinging 𝐤𝐢 with tremendous force. Orochimaru barely dodges the attack, slithering backward like a snake, but Naruto is relentless. Naruto presses the attack, swinging 𝐤𝐢 in a series of rapid strikes, each one faster and more powerful than the last. Orochimaru, for all his speed and skill, struggles to keep up. In desperation, Orochimaru summons the 𝐶usanage sword from his mouth, using it to block Naruto's strikes. The two clash, the sword of legend against the divine staff, sparks flying with each impact. You're stronger than I thought, Naruto-kun, but I'll still have your body. Orochimaru's body twists unnaturally as he tries to envelop Naruto with his snake body, but Naruto simply smirks. With a burst of energy, he sends Orochimaru flying. Naruto then spins and delivers a powerful strike with 𝐤𝐢. The attack cuts off Orochimaru's arm and severely injured him. It's over, Orochimaru. You won't escape this time. Naruto. Before Orochimaru can regenerate or summon another trick, Naruto uses his soul interaction technique. Orochimaru's screams fill the air as Naruto destroys his soul. As the dust settles, the battlefield grows quiet. Naruto's clones have all returned, having defeated the reanimated Dan, Nawaki, and Minato. Tsunade, who had been watching from a distance, steps forward, her eyes wide with awe and disbelief. She had witnessed Naruto's incredible power, far beyond anything she had expected. "Naruto, you really did it." "Tsunade," Naruto smirked, "I told you I'd handle it." Path of Redemption and the Dark Encounter. Naruto glanced down at the unconscious form of Kabuto. Without a second thought, Naruto reached down, hoisting Kabuto over his shoulder as if he weighed nothing. Why? Why aren't you going to finish him off? He's Orochimaru's subordinate. He's dangerous. "Tsunade." Naruto shook his head, his expression softening for the first time since the battle began. He's confused. He's been used. I can see it. He doesn't know who he is anymore. Killing him won't solve anything. "Naruto." Tsunade frowned, still skeptical. "And you think you can fix that?" "Set him on the right path." Naruto nodded, his gaze unwavering. "I'll guide him, help him find his way." "Naruto." Tsunade wanted to argue, to tell Naruto that it wasn't that simple. But there was something in his eyes, an unshakable belief, a strength she couldn't deny. With a reluctant sigh, she nodded. "All right, Naruto. I trust you." Tsunade. Together, they made their way back to the hotel. As they entered, Jiraiya was the first to notice them. His gaze shifted to the unconscious Kabuto slung over Naruto's shoulder. "Who's the baggage?" "Jiraiya." "Kabuto? What is Orochimaru's right-hand man doing here?" "Shizen." Naruto smiled, a hint of amusement playing on his lips. "Oh, just dealt with the snake bastard. Figured I'd bring this one back with me." "Naruto." Jiraiya's eyes flickered with a mixture of shock and something deeper, sadness. Despite everything, Orochimaru had once been his friend, a bond forged through years of hardship and battle. It was hard to reconcile the memory of his teammate with the monster he had become. "You got rid of him?" "Jiraiya." Naruto's smile faded slightly, understanding the gravity of what Jiraiya was feeling. He nodded. "Yeah, he won't be coming back this time." "Naruto." The room fell silent as the weight of those words hung in the air. Jiraiya's eyes were distant, lost in memories of the past. He knew that Naruto had surpassed him in strength, but hearing that his former comrade was gone stirred a storm of emotions within him. I hope you guys liked the story. If you did, click on any of the videos which are popping on the screen right now. I promise you'll love them too. If you like my videos, you can like and subscribe too. I'll see you on another amazing What If video, guys. Love you all. Peace.